What's up, YouTube? It's Sergio back again with another video. And today we're going to talk about sharing your faith with others. Let's get right into it, shall we? Your faith and your story of how you got saved, your testimony, can impact others. Don't be afraid to tell your story about how you was before you met Jesus, how your encounter with Jesus went, and how it went after, because that story can impact millions of people. The story of your life is the greatest story that you can ever tell. People be like, I love telling my autobiography about my life. Your autobiography is about you and what Christ did for you, how you was before him and how you was after him. And people love to see changes in others' lives. That's why people are so interested. They be like, why have you changed? Why don't you cuss no more? Why don't you smoke no more? Why don't you do all them things no more? That's because your life has changed. And your faith alone and your story can help save others. For a prime example, if you was living in the world and you was living for sin, living for the evil ways, but then you had an encounter with God, that can be your story, and that story alone can hold weight, because people will look at you differently after you tell them that story. People may never hear about anything else that much important, but your story of how Jesus saved you can impact others. Your story, you can't lie about it because it's about your life. People know what happened to you, but they want to know why it happened and who changed you, and that answer is Jesus. Nobody's gonna ever lie about their autobiography. So the way that you can continue to grow more in Christ is tell your testimony to others. Don't be scared, because sometimes you may be introverted or shy. Don't be scared to tell about your story. It's your life. It's okay, and it's okay to be bold, to tell people about what Jesus did for your life and how he changed you. Matthew chapter 5:16 says, in the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Your story can be your light, because now since you're saved, you act different. So that light can be shown to people that's living in darkness, so that they will want to come to the light and they want to get exposed to what Jesus did for you. Because Jesus also says in John 15, I'm pretty sure I'm verse 6, he says, in the same way, remain in me and I will remain in you. And Jesus said, apart from me, you can do nothing. So if we continue to be bold, continue to be courageous, don't worry about what people will say about you or how they would think about you. Just focus on being bold and telling your story. That story can make somebody's day, can make somebody's year. In 1 Corinthians chapter 3, I'm pretty sure, it talks about how one person is going to sow the plant, put the plant down. Another person's job is to water the plant, but at the end of the day, God gets the increase. So if you put that seed down and you tell people that story about how Jesus saved you, later in life, somebody else can water that seed that you planted years ago, and God will still get the increase, and that soul will go to heaven because of you being obedient and you being bold for God's kingdom. So be bold in your testimony. Be bold of what Jesus did for you. Jesus Christ didn't die for you just to save and for you to not tell nobody. That's like you having, I look at it as our testimony as God giving us treasure, and we're not letting our family members know about it. We're not telling people about it. As God giving us a gift, and we're holding it back from others. That's what God does not want us to do. God gave us a testimony so that can obviously impact our lives and that can impact others. So be bold, be courageous. Don't worry about what happened to you. Don't worry about how people will react to you. Just be bold for God's kingdom. Tell people your testimony. Tell people about what happened. Tell people about all the goodness that Jesus Christ has done in your life and what he can do for theirs. So if you like this video, I hope that you like, comment, subscribe, and let's continue to be bold and courageous, sharing our faith with others. Have a great day.